I'm steeping a cup of tea right now and got a little bored, and somehow it became an Instagram post. But I'm actually trying out some teas from Numi Organic Tea that came in our Vegan Cuts box a while ago. I've been holding on to it because this box is actually the cutest. Look at this. It has got all sorts of beautiful words. Like here's a word that says like balance. We've got purpose. Over here, embrace is one of my favorites because it has a huge hibiscus on the side. But I love these flowers, and so I've actually kept this box for a super long time just because it's so cute. But it does actually have some different types of tea to try out. So today we're going to be trying gratitude tea. So there we go. Gratitude, earthy and calming tulsi, sweet licorice, and powerful ashwagandha. And unfortunately, I don't really like licorice tea, but I'm really hoping maybe this will come together as the perfect blend and I will really enjoy it and be able to think about really wonderful things I'm grateful for, and also think about zoo lights. I'm actually thinking about trying to get zoo crafting up and going, and maybe doing something related to like putting up a whole bunch of Christmas lights everywhere in our zoo crafting series as a way to also do a zoo tour and decorate for the winter season. I think that'd be really fun. Not bad, not bad. I actually like it quite a bit. I'm not usually a fan of licorice, but I love trying to think about the word gratitude while I'm drinking this. And it's not as bitter as I feared, and it actually has a lot of richness to it. So I think it's kind of nice. It makes me slow down. I drink my fruit teas so quickly, and gratitude is something that I think needs to be savored, and you can find it anywhere and in anything. It's sort of one of the key things behind creating a joy journal, for instance, and being able to write 3 things in my joy journal every day. The foundation of that is gratitude, and sometimes to be grateful, you have to slow down your thoughts a little bit, go at a bit of a slower pace. And I think that's why I really love it when I actually steep tea and I don't just toss my peach tea bag in and take off. Because you have to slow down and kind of be mindful of the time that passes and wait for the tea to cool and make sure you drink it before it gets too cold. Drinking a cup of tea is different from like opening up a La Croix or pouring a cup of water, because there's that balance with making sure that it seeps long enough and that it's hot enough to drink, not too cold, or cold if you want iced tea. And there's a kind of mindfulness about it that you don't really have with other drinks that I just like. But I didn't expect to be rambling about tea. Apparently I am channeling General Iroh right now, like, Uncle Iroh, you're speaking to me through a cup of tea. But good morning everyone! Day 2 of Vlogmas! And it's actually December right now, which I am so excited about. Chips and I got to see our final squirrel on our squirrel calendar this morning, and that also means that it is now day 2 of Let the Magic Begin with our advent calendar, which I will be opening up in just a second here. But I realized after putting the Vlogmas together for yesterday that I really want to be able to show more of what goes on during my day. So we're gonna experiment. We're gonna have a fun experiment with the styles, and I have so much I could show you guys that goes on with my day behind the scenes with work. I'm uploading a ton of Pokemon Eevee right now and getting ready to try to create a cat cafe series in The Sims 4. If I'm actually going to be able to achieve that or not remains yet to be seen. But you know, there's behind the scenes stuff I could show you with work. We cook a lot. I made a pear frangipane tart last night. That was fun. I love the pear frangipane tart. It's from the Vegan Pie in the Sky book that one of my awesome patrons sent me as a birthday gift, which was so sweet of them. And we have cooked so many delicious pies from that since then. And I mean, I got a little overwhelmed this morning thinking about it, and last night thinking about it. What do I share? I want to share so many things with everyone. And I was reminded of something that I heard from Jamie Reidler Studios, who I will be talking about a lot in the future as well, that when you have so many ideas, it's like trying to hold on to a pack of puppies. And it's exhausting. If you try to hold all of your ideas at once, they're going to just squirm in your arms, and you don't have the attention that you need to give each puppy to train it up and help it become a happy, healthy dog, well adjusted, find a good family. And that's just such a fun, creative way to think about the effect of having so many ideas and so many things you want to do, and having to accept with the boundaries, the reality that you can't do them all right away. So when it comes to Vlogmas, I was trying to think what to share with you guys. And the answer came to me this morning when I woke up and I looked outside and thought, it's December. I try to enjoy those transitions from month to month, enjoy the transitions from daylight to evening, enjoy the transitions of the years going by, because I feel like it lets you stop and kind of look around and assess where you're at in a playful way. And so I woke up this morning, looked outside and thought, it's December. And I thought, what if I gave this December a theme? What if I tried to focus on a word and a theme for my December, my final month of 2018, and use that to guide sharing what happens in my Vlogmas with everyone? And so the word just popped into my head out of the blue as I had that thought, twinkling. Twinkling. Isn't that just so interesting? I feel much more comfortable the last few months with accepting just kind of that quirky, unique, creative self that sees the world in all these different angles is somebody who is one of my greatest strengths. So that may seem kind of funny to a lot of you to pick a word to kind of theme around my month, but it was such a relief. It was like one of those puppies stood out to me and I could pick it up and go, thank you. This is the one I will be spending this month with. All of you other puppies, I love you too, and we will have time in the future. Almost like throwing them into the stasis chamber that I have in zoo crafting and being like, I'll get back to you guys in the future, I promise. But anyway, I've got zoo crafting on my mind because of the whole idea of putting up the lights in the zoo with the zoo lights and decorating. But so twinkling will be the theme of the month and will be the theme of my Vlogmas. There's a lot of things I could show you guys with behind the scenes of what I do, with just like my cooking, the vegan cooking that we do. But this month, to get used to doing vlogs and to do my first Vlogmas, I'm going to be focusing on the things that feel like twinkling, that feel like Christmas lights sparkling on the snow on a beautiful moonlit night, that feel like that silvery color that the moonlight has when you look outside and the snow is just falling and it's beautiful and it reflects that moonlight. It's just so lovely. So things that feel like twinkling, the sound of laughter that is almost like chimes in the distance, twinkling. That's why I wore these earrings today. That's why I picked this whale necklace. I'm wearing my fossil opal ring, twinkling. So if I feel like it's something that sparkles, then I will be sharing it with you guys in my vlogs. I will also be sharing, because excitement is a very sparkly emotion, the things that I get to open, the things I get to explore, and also the things that really inspire me for people. And I hope that that'd be really fun. It's almost like there's so many stars in the sky. I'm going to try to leave links every day I can in the video description of people I talked about who kind of helped me feel that excitement, that twinkling feeling, and maybe you will go forth and find some wonderful new creative leads for yourselves. And I may not talk as much about each of those people that I really wish I could right away, but I will leave those links as like little stars that hopefully you guys can go and find. So yeah, I'm feeling very creative, emotional, little spiritual foo-fa lately, and that's fine. It feels good, and it's giving me the energy I need to get things done today. So yeah, twinkling is the theme of the month, and I'm hoping I can share a lot of great things with you guys. Today is going to be a busy day, so I hope to have some more little things to show you as it goes on. I have a feeling these vlogs are still going to be longer than I intended, but let's begin, since I have a cat cafe to create in just a second here, with a little bit of magic. Let the magic begin with day 2 of our advent calendar, which I can't believe day 1's already gone. Oh my gosh. And we're on day 2. So here's day 2 of our stickers. I love this little wreath that holds the first one. And we had, for your reminder, I haven't used them yet because I just can't bring myself to just yet, but we had these adorable little alpaca Christmas pieces. Come on, focus on them. There we go. adorable, adorable alpacas. I love the one in the Christmas suit the most, and the two with the little scarf yesterday. So what's gonna be in here today? Let's see. What is gonna be in here today? Oh, here it is. For a second I thought it was empty and I was like, I can still twinkle on the inside even if there's nothing there. But here we go. Oh, this is pretty. And we've got that silver color. That's so funny. Silver and gold, just like I was talking about a second ago for twinkling. But here are these stickers. We've got a little circus going on. Okay, I can take the signs that I need to work on zoo crafting. So I've got a bit to do. I'll get back to you guys shortly. That took a little while. I have been working on Equinox and that was so much fun. I have actually been really loving that game. It's very laid back. It's kind of like a balance between those time management games like Viridium, where you tweak a couple things and you sit back and just watch as your world evolves. But it's a beautiful game that, if you haven't seen it on the main channel yet, is centered around starting with this geometric, gorgeous world and then adding in plants and animals and trying to selectively breed for certain traits and to tweak things and set up the environment so that next generation of those animals might evolve into other animals. It's not entirely scientific, of course, but I love that it's beginning to introduce concepts, or at least ideas, even if they're, again, not the entirely scientific concepts, of evolution and the way that you can watch environments have that constant pull and push towards the animals overeating and overgrazing your grassland, and then your blue daisies you were trying to mutate disappear. So that's really fun. And I was gonna go on a walk with Chips, but I think it might be hailing. The snow has almost all melted, unfortunately, so I don't have that beautiful twinkling snowy vlogmases that I wanted to share with you guys. But I think there might be a very important set of packages in the mail, so I may go and just put on my like hefty winter jacket and go on a walk with Chips to bring back something exciting. Just look at that. Look at that. Not me, not me. I'm not trying to show you guys me. I'm trying to show you guys the fact that it is actually pitch black outside. Do you know what time it is? It is 5 o'clock. How am I supposed to take you guys on fun walks and go and actually do things when it gets this dark by 5? I'm not even done with half my work by 5. We'll make do. We'll make do. Chips and I did pop by the mailbox though and managed to pick up something that I was very excited to see. My Black Friday mystery sticky packs, which means that I have even more stuff to open up and unbox with you guys. So even though we won't be doing like a Christmas unboxing together, because I will not be sharing my family's Christmas, and plus anyway, usually lately I've mostly just asked for donations to places, so there'd be nothing to open most of the time anyway. This is gonna be our little unboxing and our little kind of celebration of color and excitement, and it's gonna be really fun. And it also means that I now need to collect all of the different things that we have to unbox and open up together. I guess that we should just say like all the presents that I got myself. And we'll go ahead and make a little pile, and I've got the perfect decoration to put on top of it, and then I can start sorting things and figure out what days I'm going to open them on so that I have a lot of fun motivation to complete my work. So let me get everything together. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you see my hand has a few band-aids on it, I was helping at Chips make some muffins after we got back from our walk, and I got a little overexcited with the orange zesting and managed to get my hand caught up in that. To my defense, we were actually having a fascinating conversation about Russian serfs and Roman slaves, and how Roman slaves actually had more days off than your modern American office worker, because they had more religious holidays that were structured and spaced out in a way to keep the general populace, even the slave, the lowest common denominator of like Roman society, had more time off than we have as office workers now. So I thought that was very interesting and got distracted and ended up zesting my hand, but we made some delicious, absolutely fantastic sunshine muffins. Oh, look at that. Chips worked so hard on them. They smell amazing. They have dried apricot, pineapple, carrots, orange zest, and a lot of other goody things inside of it. And they're from Issa's Veganomicon cookbook. And Chips loves to make them because they're full of fruit. They're delicious. He's really good at baking them. They're adorable, by the way. And they're a really good breakfast. So if you want to find a good, oh, and they have lots of carrot in them too. And we had a gigantic bag of carrots that we needed to do something with. But if you want to try it out, it is in the Veganomicon. We have been cooking almost non-stop for the last few months from Issa's Issa Does It cookbook, the Veganomicon, and the pie cookbook, and nothing has disappointed. So highly recommended. Mystery stickies. I want to open you now. I want to see what's inside of here so bad. Not like I don't already have more than enough stickers. This thing needs to go on a diet. I can hardly even close my sticker binder anymore. Well, I'm sure it's gonna work out. Da na 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 na. There we go, guys. This is all the stuff that I want to share with you. I think there may be one or two more packages coming in from some Black Friday independent artist shopping that I did. But this is all the stuff I've been hiding. I have been hoarding this and then some Minecraft stuff that I'm still gonna hold on to for unboxing on live streams. But I know this looks like a lot and you're probably like, whoa, Seri, you went wild. A, I give myself a very strict allowance. B, I've actually been hoarding this in my office for several months. There's some of these things that I've been meaning to share with you guys for like 3 or 4 months that I haven't had an opportunity to. So what better opportunity than Vlogmas? Over here to the right, we actually have things that I already know what they are. Beginning not from the chicken. Ignore the chicken and the really cool nicheling and kilala from Inuyasha. Focus on Spike the Beetle. From Spike the Beetle over to this point, I know what all this stuff is, but I have not shared it with you. This is an exception. This is actually my wonderful holiday box, one of several that were sent to me by a fantastic superfan named Katie, and she was an amazing artist who would send so many things to our PO box every year back when I still lived in Boone, so like 4 years ago. She was fantastic at just contributing her creativity, so I kept all of the Christmas related things that she sent me in here. So we're going to open it up and kind of decorate the office a little bit with some of those things and some things that the other wonderful patrons and community members have sent over the years. This has a whole bunch of pins that I haven't shared with you guys yet. So it's a little hidden pin bag. You got a glimpse of some of the pictures that actually came with that I want to share with you guys too. This is Spike. We'll talk about Spike on another day. I'm actually thinking about doing a very special bug unboxing with little Spike, showing him off for the main channel to try to get people really excited about bugs. There's actually a hidden bug package hiding over here as well. And then over here is all the stuff that I don't know what it is yet because I haven't opened it. I've got some of it, but I haven't seen it in person. So I'm really excited to see what's inside of these packages. That's gonna be so fun. This is actually my Christmas Bulbasaur. I can't remember the name of the Etsy store that I got it from, but I got this last year or the year before as a Christmas decoration. I kind of want to get him a sibling this year. I wonder if I could do enough work to justify that. I'm very strict. I only give myself my allowance when I do my work or exercise. But you're so cute. And Let's Go Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu came out this year, so I should get you a sibling too. But this side of the pile is stuff where I have no idea what's inside with some of it because they're mysteries from the sticky packs or they are mysteries from a very special tea set that I have. So there's actually a tea box unboxing to do. And there's some Pokemon unboxing, which I'm thinking of doing for the main channel, as well as independent creations from independent creators that have several grab bags mixed in here, actually. So we have quite a bit to do. And our lovely little Christmas tree. Na 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 na. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Because there's so much stuff over there and I am very good at delayed gratification. If you're ever wondering how you can have such a huge pile of stuff, much of which you've not poked at, the simple answer is just savor it. I love being able to be patient and unwrapping and opening my packages and my presents over time, because it's also great carrots to motivate myself to do my work. So we're not going to unbox any of these today, because I'm actually going to go through and figure out what order I want to kind of open them up in for myself, because I've been waiting to open some of these for so long so I could do it with you guys. So that's going to make it really fun for Vlogmas and really motivating for me to do my work, get it done. And then at the end of the day, I can open up some of these packages and I can share them with you guys. Several of them are grab bags, so I don't even know what's inside some of them. And I have been saving some of these for months to do something with. And this is perfect. So, all right, how's today gone so far? I think really good. Really, really good. I didn't manage to get the Cat Cafe series started, but I came up with a fun name that may be the final name. It may not be. When you start a new series, you have to like do so much. The hardest for me is usually the names and the thumbnails and figuring out how I want to structure the first episode to explain what's going on without being too overwhelming and holding the story up for too long, because people love action. You know, lights, camera, action! That's what they want to see. Plus, it's just fun for me, but I'm gonna relax now that I have done everything and I'm wrapping up the vlog for Vlogmas. I'm going to try to create Mew Lives Kitten Rescue Cafe, and that may not end up being the final name, but the goal is to get that done for tomorrow. I did finish 5 other videos, but it's not very twinkling, not very sparkling to talk about the ins and outs of work, but you guys are definitely going to see the perks of finishing my work. So hopefully that'll be really fun. And if it seems like we're sticking to the house a lot, it is so dark outside. There is just like absolutely no sun out at the moment. But when we go traveling, you're gonna see me working really, really, really hard over the next 2 weeks. I'm trying to record anywhere from 10 to 12 videos a day, even though I do plan on recording when we're traveling as well, because I have my laptop and I can record mobile, but it's much more difficult to do. And when we're visiting family, I want to try to visit family, but when we're visiting with my family, you'll probably see a lot more snippets through the day as I dash from here to there and I'm moving all over the place, and we're going on walks and we're visiting with friends. So you may see a lot more snippets of, you know, actually getting out, but hopefully the fun mysteries of what lie inside those packages will make up for the fact that we're mostly going to be inside of this beautiful green office. This is one of the reasons it's so important to make it amazing, is because it's dark outside half the year because I live in Michigan. So yeah, that's really one of the big reasons to make this office home for me, is because, you know, I'm in it for hours most of my day into the night, especially when it's dark and I can't go on my usual walks in the forest. But I love my home. I love sharing it with you guys. We'll be having lots of adventures later in the month for those of you who would like to see more than just these 4 beautiful greenery covered walls. And for those of you who are excited to see mysteries, to see packages opened, maybe that's just really your thing, we've got that too. And for those of you who want to know more of the business side behind the scenes, it's probably going to slip through, even though I'm trying to focus on twinkling and other aspects of my life too. Balance, right? But I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna see if I can wrap this up. There's one more thing I wanted to share with you. There we go. So I want to try to wrap up most of my Vlogmases by talking about my 3 joy moments for the day, and also hopefully a little bit of replying to your guys' comments or just commenting on your comments. But I am trying to keep these a little bit shorter so that I can do all of the work that I need to do. Who knows, maybe when I'm traveling, it'll be really nice to have like 10 minutes to just sit and chat and sort of have my private time and just be like, thank you family, just 10 minutes. I need to go to my community and my people. Because I am actually quite the introvert, so maybe that'll be a good excuse to be able just to like cool off. Oh, I need to do Vlogmas now. But I am excited to see them, and I am excited to share just this journey with you guys. So my joy moments for today, which I am going to be putting into my journal, and I'm actually going to need to take at least 1 or 2 more journals with me on my trip because we're already this far. I can't believe that. I just showed you guys like, what, 2 days ago, yesterday, where I was in my journal, and it's just filling up so quickly as I'm thinking about the new year and I'm thinking about what I want to have next year and who I want to be. And it's been such a hard year in so many ways, very heartbreaking in a lot of ways, but it has been one of the best years I've ever had in my life because I've learned so many important things about boundaries and growth, and I've learned how to say no, and I've learned that sometimes being a good friend is admitting you don't have enough time to be friends to everyone. Very conflicting things that have shifted my worldview entirely. And even though it's been hard, I'm so grateful that I've been able to have my 30th year of life go by like this. But I have my joy journal. Clearly, I don't think it's gonna actually make it to next week, let alone to our trip. So I'm gonna need to pick out a new joy journal, and I can do that with you guys because it's gonna be fun. And I'm going to be putting some things in my joy journal today. So of the three of the many things that will probably go in here today, the first one that actually came to mind is that tea I had this morning. And it's the Numi organic tea. It wasn't like the bomb. I'm sorry, that's peach tea, almost always. But it's the art that I love. I actually love the art on the tea bags, and I love the art on the tea box that I got as well. And I just love the idea, instead of being like, just what is in gratitude? Tulsi, lemon verbena, licorice, turmeric, chamomile, rose. I love the idea of thinking of it as drinking gratitude. And when I cleared my mind earlier this morning while I was trying to wake up and get into the flow of everything and didn't think about it as like, is this licorice? I'm not a fan. But I was like, what would gratitude taste like? What would gratitude feel like if it was an essence that you could just swallow like you can do in Sims 4, right? And that was just really inspiring and fun, and I liked that. And it might make a really good prompt later. Maybe we'll do some journal prompts in the new year, and it'll just be a fun way to kind of have writing exercises, if nothing else, creative exercises, to come up with the idea of like, what would gratitude taste like? What would it feel like if it was a tangible thing? So yeah, clearly I'm feeling artsy lately, but I love the art on that, and I saved the little tea bag because I'm actually going to cut it out and put it in my joy journal. I'll do that with little things sometimes because it's really fun to look back. And for instance, I have my Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee little cutout. On the back of this is where you got the game code to be able to download the game. I have a sign that Chip's actually made for me that says very hot, don't touch, because I kept burning myself on the pans because I didn't know he had used them, and I would go to move them and then I would get burned. So, you know, little things like that. I have some bird feathers from my birds tucked in here as well. I love adding into my journal. It's not just, it's evolved from just being like black pen and bullet points into like a colorful poetry that I play with. So I'm going to be putting this in there today. And then my other joy moments, definitely going on that walk with Chips. It has been cold and snowy, and we're both so busy. The end of the semester is a chaotic time for him, and the end of the year is my busiest time of the year for me, for what I do. And so we haven't had time between that and the weather to really go on our daily walk. And that is one of the best parts of my day every time I get to go out. We leave our phones. Sometimes we'll take my camera, but usually I forget I even have it because I'm walking with the love of my life. And we'll talk about sometimes the same things over and over again. We'll look for the cats in the windows where we know there's cats living there. We'll say hello to the people who are walking the dogs that we have seen dozens of times before. We'll just walk side by side and talk about anything. Sometimes we'll work out a problem. Not that we have like together, but like just something that might be bothering one of us. But usually we just listen. And I really love that that is a skill that we've really developed over the past few months, is instead of sometimes replying immediately to the conversation, listening to what the love of my life wants to say is really amazing. Because it's so fun if you're quiet and you're still and you wait to listen to what the people that you love will say, if you give them that extra few beats of listening, attentive silence, so they know you're listening and that whatever they say will be heard. And if you just slow down and you give them those extra beats of silence instead of responding, the answers that come back, or the things that they continue to talk about, show you a part of them or an aspect of their thoughts that you didn't know. And it just is, it's charming. I've been with him for 5 years now, maybe longer. I don't know, I'm not good with math. And it's just amazing to be able to learn more about the person that I love every day, just because we take the time to listen to each other. And because we both work very hard to continue to grow and challenge ourselves and evolve in our lives independently and together. So yeah, our walk and all of those things is my second joy moment that I'll share. And my third one is the cupcakes that we made. I called them cupcakes because they're so sweet. They're muffins. Chips would be like, they didn't have sprinkles on them or chocolate frosting. They're not cupcakes. But the sunshine muffins that we made from the Veganomicon, those are really, really yummy. And they're going to be a great fast breakfast, which was very thoughtful because he knows we're both going to be busy. So now we can just snag breakfast and go, which is actually probably not breakfast, but like a snack for dinner, what I need to do and wrap this up, because I have vlogged way more than I meant to today, but it's just so exciting to get it all started. And oh, the last thing I want to do is also say thank you to Mandy as well. Mandy, you have been watching since I think almost the beginning, and I've read over so many of your guys' comments on Vlogmas. Oh, oop, I need to move things before, there we go. But I've read over so many of your guys' comments on what you thought about Vlogmas, and that most of you are just excited, and that's so fun. And Mandy, you had something very thoughtful when you said that you are also trying to build a system that works for you. And you've noticed that when you push yourself, not to where it's too hard, but where you're challenging yourself, then you feel so good after you've done something. And I can say all of the research that I have read, and keep in mind I did go to university and I was studying psychology. The psychology of creativity was one of the major things I was studying, as well as family sciences, personal development, nursing, and biology. I switched majors way too many times, and I was in school for 5 years with only 1 degree. So pick a puppy and take care of that puppy. Don't pick a whole herd of puppies and then suddenly be in huge student debt and not graduating. Away from that segue though, what I learned in those classes, when I'm continuing to learn, and I'm actually reading right now in a book called Wrapped, which is all about understanding how what we focus our attention on shapes our reality and shapes our lives as a result. It shows that if you put yourself in that growing place, that there's a phrase for it that I can't remember, but you want to push yourself just past what's comfortable into a growing spot. You want to be just a tiny pinch uncomfortable, where you have to kind of reach and strain an extra little bit to make something happen. That is your growth range. And if you do something that's too hard and you reach and lunge for something that's way, way outside of your possibility and your capability, you will just fall flat on your face. You'll feel bad. You'll get frustrated. You'll fail every time. If you reach for the thing that's kind of in that middle ground, that sweet spot, then you'll just with some effort and growth be able to touch it. Growth that you can actually reasonably achieve. And finding that sweet spot of growth is what we all need to do if we want to continue to develop. And for some people, that's going to be very simple stages, because you have to start somewhere. And for some people, that's going to get more and more and more complicated. I mean, we even see it, I was thinking as I was reading it this morning, in things like in The Sims. The Sims represent that in their skills, where your skills take longer and longer to develop. And if you are playing Sims 4, for instance, you'll know that your Sims will eventually no longer be able to get as much experience crafting the easy items. They will no longer get any experience from reading the easy skill books. They have to do more complicated things in order to grow their skills. That's based off of this real world, real life psychology, where you have to put yourself in that state of challenge just enough that you can grow. But this morning, when I was actually joy journaling to start my day, I actually was thinking about that. How can I manage to challenge myself to grow for Vlogmas and for all the other work I'm doing and for growing with my family and everything else without feeling overwhelmed? And I realized that that sweet spot of growth, for me, the easiest way to visualize it isn't sports, which is often what you see when they're describing that psychological effect in like books and things. But it's plants. If you think about it from the point of view of building a system that works for you, think about a plant. If you have a little plant, a tree, and you plant it, then at first any of the sun, any of the effort that comes in will help it grow. And eventually a tree will become bigger and it will start crowding out the leaves under it. And if you want to continue to have that plant grow, you need to follow the sunlight. So if as you get bigger, your tree becomes more developed and all of its new little growth that might hover kind of down here needs to reach the sun, you have to reach for the sun. You have to reach out from under all the growth that you've already experienced. And you have to push yourself further, like a branch growing out and following the sunlight. You have to keep moving if you want your plant to grow. And if you keep your plant in kind of a shadowed little area, you never give the sunlight of new experiences or challenges or opportunities to your little plant, then it can't stretch itself and grow. And if you keep your plant just kind of contained and you don't let its little new branches reach and stretch and have to push for that sunlight, it's not going to grow. So for me, that's what I thought about when I was thinking about the idea of systems and growth and that challenge, is that you also have to be tender, gentle with a plant like that too. I'm very harsh on myself if I don't achieve my goals and if I don't achieve the thing that I was reaching for. If I reach and I fall on my face, I tend to be very, very hard on myself. And it hit me just like with a new plant. If I was taking care of a little tree, I wouldn't smack its leaves and be like, bad plant, you didn't make the reach for the sun. If you're rough with the new growth on the plant, it will just die off or it'll hurt. It won't grow as well as it could. You have to be gentle with that tender new leaf growth. So that's what I was thinking about today, so that I can try to reach for the sun, understand that as time goes on and I continue to grow and that tree spreads, you have to reach further to reach more sunlight. And also you have to be gentle to the new growth. If I keep smacking it because I don't manage to meet my own goals, I'm just going to damage the leaves and I'm not going to be able to pull in as much sunlight and growth and happiness and warmth as I want in the end. So that's what I was thinking about doing my little journal meditation this morning. And that's what I thought about when I read that from you, Mandy. So that was a lot more complicated than I hope to do for future vlogs, and this one's going to be a bit of a doozy, but we'll try again tomorrow. I will not smack the tender leaves of new growth. And also tomorrow when I finish my work, we get to open boxes, yes! So I'll see you guys then. Bye guys. And hey, yeah, let me know what you think is twinkling in your life, because that's the theme of the month.